Thanks for joining the live stream. Glad to see we got a good group of people here. I'm gonna wait for some people to come in and we'll get going here. Let's see here. Hey Jason. Hey Matt. Hey Cross Anchored Railroads. Hey Brenzy. Hey Nicholas Mitchell. Hey Sam. Hey Tim. Got a good group of people here. So let's see. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. Today's live stream is going to be about layout, future and plans, the channels, future and plans, and then running trains and Q&A as usual. I have some cool trains to run today, so I think you guys will like that. And you guys probably saw the profile or the thumbnail. That's a really cool train I'm going to be running today. So yeah, let's see here. Hey, Sean's Trains. Oh, we got a good amount of people watching here, so that's cool to see. And yeah, if you guys, to start out, I'll just do some normal kind of Q&A and asking some questions. Anfield Road layout in the loft. Hey. So yeah, we got a decent amount of people here. And if you guys have questions, you guys can start asking them. And then we'll get into the layout, channel, and all that good stuff. Hey, Tim's Trains. I see. Tim's Trains said, "I see SP is setting, or is testing out the PRR 3768." Yeah, I do have the K4 pulling the daylight cars right now, but I do have the GS4 here, or no, GS2. Sorry. So we will be running some different trains today. What else do we have here? Bob, you say, awesome layout, Sid, the master repair modifier. Thank you. Anfield Road layout in the loft says, nice layout. Thank you. Not much is going on right now, but we have some big plans in the future, very soon. So we'll be talking about that here in a couple minutes. Nicholas says, I like your Vanderbilt. Yeah, I actually have two Commodore Vanderbilts over here on the shelf. Long story short, one had a paint issue, so I got another one to replace it. Let's see. NYC Productions, are those J3A Hudsons above you, he asked. No, this is a J1E number 5340, and then these two right here are actually they're semi-scale, but they're based off a 700E. This one is a 773 Century Club, and then the gray one behind it is the 785 from around 1986 or 85, one of those years. What else do we have here? Cross Anchor Railroads, is that the Warhorse J I see set above you? Yes, Cross Anchor Railroads, that is the J-Class Warhorse set back there. It's a very nice set. I did a review of them, so you can check out my channel for that. Bob asked, I got a Rail King Scale F3 A unit. It is powered with slave cord to the rear protocoupler. Is it possible to add smoke unit to the FB unit and rear A without affecting anything else? Yes, it is possible. Are they, what kind of Rail King is it? PS1, PS2, PS3, what kind is it? Jason at our Fight from Dark 777. Jason, are those Hudsons above you? Yes, Jason, those are all my Hudsons. For those of you who don't know, I like Hudsons a lot, and I actually have a series on my channel about the Lionel legendary Hudsons, so definitely check that out. What else we got here? Mr. Bowling 21, I want to try Lionel Legacy Locomotives. I definitely recommend it. I recently got my first ever Legacy steam engine, the Lionel Milwaukee Road S3 Northern number 261. That is an amazing engine. And their diesels are great as well. So I definitely recommend trying out Legacy and over here, this is the Legacy remote. Even if you don't have Legacy, I recommend getting this because this gives you better control of your Tmcc engines as well. Let's see what else. Nicholas Mitchell, when do you run the trains? I'll be running trains here in a little, but I want to talk, do some answer some questions here, and then also talk about the layout. Let's see here. Burnsy asks, or says, I find it funny how you say I like M1s too much, and there you have 3 Hudsons sitting above you. Well, Brian, all my Hudsons are different. But yeah, I do like Hudsons. I just, I'm not always on the search for them like you are. Let's see here. Darius Trains and Things. Oh, hi, glad to see you're here. Bob says you're Proto 3. If they're Proto 3, I would have to look at my wiring diagrams for Proto Sound 3 stuff and see what I can do. If you're interested, just contact me on my channel on the About page. I have my email, which is sidstrain773@gmail.com, so we can then talk about something you might want done. So if you want some work done, just email me there and we can talk more. NYC Productions, where's the Dreyfuses? I do not have any Dreyfus Hudsons. I don't have one, or multiples. The closest thing I have to one is my Empire State Express Hudson, number 5429 from the Century Club. But other than that, I do not have one. I want to get one soon. I probably am going to I want one with the Scullin disc drivers, not I think it's the other kind is the box pot. I don't want the box pot ones like on the Protosound 2 version. I want either a Protosound 3 version or I want the Lionel 2003-ish Tmcc one. And at that point, I'll probably put Legacy in it. Got a lot of questions coming here. It's hard to keep up. Let's see here. Crossbanker Railroads asked, are those Williams 21-inch passenger cars, the daylight cars? No, those are Weaver 21-inch daylight passenger cars that I put LED lighting, capacitors, and bridge rectifier, all that good stuff. They are amazing cars. I definitely recommend you looking into Weaver passenger cars. They are very nice. And if you ever need LED lighting upgrades, just email me. I'm up to upgrading the cars to LED lighting. Let's see here. Nicholas Mitchell, what's your favorite train? Well, that's kind of a hard question to answer, and my favorite, at the moment, one of my favorite engines is the Milwaukee Road S3 Northern, because I just got it. It's new to me, and it's just very cool. But throughout my, I say life in model railroading, and just trains in general, I've always loved the daylight paint scheme a lot. Tim's Train, that's funny. Matty C Trains, will RJ's 2 engines make an appearance today? Probably not. If people would like them to be run, I can probably try and get them out, but for now, I'm not going to probably run them. But if you guys haven't watched my other live streams and such, I have worked on some trains from RJ's trains, his 4501 Mikado and his H1644. My M1s are different-ish, Birdsey says. Like I said the other night, Brian, it's just a difference of a cab number and the electronics. That's what I see. The Hudson's, different paint jobs, different sounds, different chassis. Let's see here. Whoa, questions are rolling in here. I love, Sean Strand says, I love the orange of the daylight passenger cars in the Locomotive. Yes, the daylight is a very beautiful train and engine. The paint scheme is very nice. Mr. Bowling 21, I don't have the Lionel Legacy command set. Well, if you don't, I definitely recommend getting it. It's definitely worth the money. Red Mac 22, who made the centipedes you were planning to run later? The centipedes over here are from MTH. They are Protosound 1 centipedes. So they're from the 90s, but they are still amazing engines, very loud, lots of power. 4 motors, 4 smoke units, very nice. Tim's Trains. I'm surprised Weaver used silhouette windows. Yeah, these are old Williams. These are old Weaver cars. These are probably from, I'd say, at the oldest, maybe the 80s, but they're pretty old. The box is a older Weaver design, and back then I don't think anybody had interiors other than K-Line maybe. So yeah, they're definitely old cars. Let's see here. Nicholas Mitchell, can you run the Crusader later? If I run the Crusader, it will just be the engine, because it's hard to get all of the cars down. Tim's Trains, I'd like to see RJ's H1644 run. It's possible I can get that. That's a small little engine, and it's easy to get out, and it's just command and control, so it's pretty easy. It's possible I can get that out. Iron Fox is here. Hello. Sam Zugage Trains asks, in your opinion, what was / is the most influential / significant model train product in the modern era? Well, the most influential and impactful, there's a couple. The first one is the Williams Dreyfuss Hudson, the first one. It wasn't full scale, but it was a decent model. Williams brought out the idea of not inexpensive, but a affordable scale-like model, and that was one of the first affordable models, because before that you had to go 2-rail, and there wasn't much scale-wise in 3-rail, so that was one of the big ones. Another one was the 5340 J1E Hudson from Lionel in 1990. That was another big one. And probably another one would be just probably just all the trains from Right of Way Industries. They were all very, very technologically advanced models. Lots of technology in them. Great detailing for the time. So yeah, the first Williams products, Right of Way Industries, and then the 700E scale Hudson from 1990 are probably, in my opinion, the most influential. Matt's Trains. Hey Sid, this might be tricky, but what was your favorite upgrade / restoration you did for someone? Well, of trains I've done so far, it would probably be it's probably kind of a tie between the Mikados that I did for RJ and Stephen Cofferell, and then Stephen Cofferell's FM Trainmaster. I really like that engine a lot. So yeah, it'd probably be those. But then right now I'm currently working on a legacy upgrade for a customer, which is probably going to be one of my favorites, or the new favorite, because it's a legacy upgrade. Let's see here, got lots. Okay. Vincent, hello. Glad to see you here. Red Matt 22. I noticed most Lionel Legacy and MTH Premier Steam locomotives have a minimum radius curve of 0.72. Is it smarter to get 0.72 as my max radius, or should I go bigger? Well, 0.72 is not the max, the minimum radius for most engines. Most, like the biggest regular old steam engine that I can think of is just a Northern or a Mountain, and they usually need 0.54. And then when you get into the big boys and the T1 duplexes and the Alleghenies, all that stuff, then you will need 0.72 and larger. I can run my big boy on 0.60, which is my inner loop, but it doesn't look very good. The overhang is crazy, but in my opinion, a layout should, if you have the space, try and put 0.72 on it. It'll allow you to run just about anything you want. Fight from the Dark 777. I think it would be the Polar Express. Are you referring to what Sam asked? Cross Anchor Railroads at Red Matt 220. Okay. Yeah. Just like Cross Anchor Railroad says, yes, bigger if you can, but if you can't, try and fit 0.72. Nicholas Mitchell, did you know MTH is going out of... Yes, I do know. I made 2 videos on that. NYC Productions, What Made You Like Trains? Thomas the Tank Engine, and the movie, the models, all that made me love trains, and it's gone beyond just a hobby for me. It's a passion, it's a business, it's just friendship. Me getting to know you guys, it's amazing. This hobby is just amazing. But it was Thomas the Tank Engine that got me into it. Yeah, it's sad that MTH is going out of business, but Proto Sound and DCS lives on, so that's going to keep being made, and hopefully somebody will buy the toolings. Let's see here. Yeah, the MTH thing has been going on for a really long time. Amol Paddle, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. How much money have you spent so far in this setup? If you mean my layout here, I've stopped counting. That kind of gives you a good idea of what's going on here. Yeah, I've totally just lost track of what I've been spending on this. I have the documentation somewhere, but yeah. Resurrecting K-Line said fight from the dark 777. That is not going to happen anytime soon, nor do I think it will ever happen, because Lionel has most of the toolings from K-Line, and if they don't have them, they've been destroyed, guaranteed. So yeah, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Tim, that train guy, what would be a good price for a N&W Warhorse J set? Anywhere between, I'd say, $350 and $550-ish. I think I paid $500-ish for mine back in, it's been a while. I bought mine brand new, it was sealed, so I paid a little more, but anywhere in that kind of 300 to 600-ish range, it's decent. William Colina, how does Legacy give more control on Tmcc engines? Recently acquired Tmcc engine. Okay, so let me talk about that for a minute. With the Cab 1, you have everything that the Cab 1 gives you. Control, whistle, all that good stuff. But the wheel is very, it's just kind of free flowing, I call it, or rolling, or it turns freely, and there isn't like a click, so it's hard to just move one speed step, and it's just not as precise. The Legacy remote gives you, each time I turn the knob, it clicks, and that's one speed step, which gives you better control. It gives you the speed step option, so I press the speed step button, and then I can do 1 speed step, 5 speed steps, and make the engine move only that many. It has the train brake, it has the lighting features, it has more momentum settings, feedback. You can record, so if I run a train, I can press the record button, run the train, stop the recording, then play it back, so the train will run by itself. The list goes on. There's so much things that the Legacy is better at doing. But if you get a Legacy set, if it's an older one, you probably will have to send it into Lionel to get updates. RedMat22, I wonder if Third Rail will try to start competing with Lionel. Well, Third Rail is they're not the same at all. Lionel makes die-cast models, Third Rail makes brass. They're not really the same thing, plus Third Rail makes obscure models. Lionel doesn't really make so-called obscure models. They don't make stuff like the Burlington Northern steamers, or, not Burlington Northern, not Burlington Northern. They don't make any, yeah, I said the wrong thing. They don't make any of the obscure, I can't talk anymore, obscure steam engines, such as, like a really, really good example of Third Rail making an obscure engine is the John Henry. Very obscure model, only made like 25 or something. This is a really, really small number. So yeah, I don't think Third Rail will compete with Lionel. The price range it's miles apart. Tim, that train guy. You're welcome. If that's okay. Nicholas Mitchell. Do you have any challengers? I do not have any challengers. I want to get one. I've worked on tons of challengers, but it would be nice to get one. Bob asks, everybody has them when filming a train running. What was the biggest blooper you had? Oh, biggest blooper I've had when filming. Probably the biggest blooper I've had when filming was I was running some trains for a running video, and my switches somehow got diverted to diverting, and everything just smashed into each other. Luckily, nothing was broken or scratched, but everything smashed into each other. Burnsy, how tall is your layout? I think the top of the table is around 36 inches, so around 3 feet. So I'm almost 6 foot, so it comes right about to my hips. My old layout was even lower, and since this layout is kind of in a very small room and it's against all the walls, I wanted to keep it low so I could lean over things and get to things. Yeah, Jason, C, B, and Q. We have a question from, if there is one gauge / scale that you would like to collect other than O gauge, what would it be? I would want to collect the S gauge. S gauge trains are very cool to me. The American Flyer stuff is kind of neat with the smoke and choo-choo. Plus, all the scale models in S gauge are very nice. And S gauge is, in my opinion, it's like almost the best of both worlds comparing O gauge and HO. You have the middle, you still have the die cast, you have 2 rails. It's just kind of in the middle. I'd want to collect that. Glad to see you're here, even though you're late. Nicholas Mitchell, I've got to go. I'll watch this after the stream ends. See you, Nicholas. Glad you were here for a little. So yeah, we've had some good questions here. I think now we're going to move into the kind of this section where I'm talking about my layout. Before I do that, let me just answer a couple more questions. Tim, that train guy, do you think Williams could make a comeback? If they get their act together, yes. They could definitely make a comeback. I think under Bachmann's administration, they're just not doing what they could be if they were a separate company, or at least a company that was kind of away from Bachmann. Bob, baddest thing I did was when building my mountain. It was completed and I was scenicking around the table. I lost my balance and did a Godzilla into the mountain, smash it. Dang. But yeah, let's see here. Who do I think will be Lionel's new competition? I'll talk about my future plans here in a couple minutes. But who do you think will be Lionel's new competition? Honestly, at the moment, there is none. I see that as kind of a bad thing, but I also don't see it as a bad thing in the sense that Lionel cannot raise their prices if there's no competition. That might sound like not the right thing for a business to do, but if they raise their prices, which are already pretty high, they're going to lose all their customers. And unlike before, people go to NTH, they can't go to anyone, so then they're just not going to buy trains at all. So Lionel cannot raise their prices, so the person who I could see as their competition possibly could be Menards, or maybe Atlas could have a comeback, but who knows. Favorite diesel locomotive asks NYC Productions. My favorite diesel locomotives are probably a mix with probably kind of like a 50-50 between the F3s and then some of the old streamliners like the M10,000, the Zephyrs, and all that. Waiting for new Lionel competition. Yeah, definitely gonna have to wait for that. Burnsy says Atlas needs to do Steam if they want to compete. Yes, Atlas needs to do Steam. They need to stop doing just a bunch of SD40s and F3s. They need to bring out some steam. What I think Atlas should do is go into the brass steam. I think they should get maybe get old Weaver toolings or something and just compete with Lionel, but in a slightly different way. But yes, they need to do steam. Do you have any small past plans? That doesn't. I don't know what you mean by that. Red Map 22. I see that Streamline K4 in the background. Who made that one? That is a MTH PS3 K4 number 3768. I forgot the number. So yeah, that's an MTH Premier K4 torpedo. So yeah, I've answered a lot of questions here, and I think I'm gonna move into the idea of what's gonna be going on with my layout. So let me disconnect my camera here. There we go. And I'll flip it around. Okay. So now I can move my camera around here. So let me kind of take a step back here. Here is a kind of overall view of my layout. It's kind of in a L shape. It's over there. Comes to here. And then I also have this little spur track. So let's just start out with the big, the elephant in the room, so to speak. This area is going to be where my 36-inch custom-built turntable will be. My Corber roundhouse will be, and then that wall over there will be a representation of the mountains in West Virginia and in Ohio that the N&W and the C&O and B&O ran through. So it's kind of based off the C&O N&W kind of idea over here, and this roundhouse and turntable is kind of be a rough representation of a roundhouse that is in Hagerstown, Maryland, or used to be. Nothing super detailed, not like a super accurate representation, just a rough idea. So as you see here, these two tracks that come off the inner loop on the passing siding and the main loop will come in to the 36-inch turntable here that I'm going to be custom building, and then there'll be stalls and a roundhouse over here. Behind these two tracks, where that paper and that little section of track are, will be a diesel facility where there'll be a fueling station, all that good stuff, maybe a little shed. And then I might also try to put a Lionel coaling tower over here as well, and maybe a water spout, which will be very cool. And then another note about another big, like a elephant in the room kind of thing, is this the back stretch of the outer loop is going to be elevated. It's going to start around where that Pennsylvania caboose is, go up about 4 inches or so, and then it'll be flat all along here, and then it'll start coming down and then kind of end right around here. So the outer loop will have around a 4% or like 3 or 4% grade. And then moving over to here, this is where my town is going to be. This is going to be a representation of the town of Kensington, Maryland. And over here I'm going to have the town. I'm going to have the station where my computer is sitting. It's basically going to sit right where those remotes are, and I'm going to use a Atlas station that I'm going to custom paint to look like the one in Kensington, Maryland. And there'll be a platform on this side, and then a platform on this side of the tracks, and a little walkway in between. Then over here, this is where another representation of Kensington will be. In Kensington, Maryland, there was a cement plant that came off the tracks in Kensington. So the tracks will come off here and split into two. This table is going to I'm going to try and drop it down for this track only. And there will be concrete supports under it. So then I can roll cars with gravel and such on, so they can drop it to make the concrete. And then I will build a little concrete plant right around here, likely using some kind of coal elevator style building, and just kit bashing it. And then I think I will leave or have a this water tower somewhere on the layout, possibly here or possibly somewhere else. I do not know yet. And then I'm also going to try and put a switch right about here where this first curve is that goes that way, and I'll have a small industry over there, likely the American uh, Power Power Factory by Menards. That's likely what I will use. And yeah, that's kind of my big overall plans, which will be happening soon. And the reason why those will be happening soon is for years this room has been unfinished. You see the walls are unfinished. Some of it's been done, but it's unfinished. So we are going to be getting this room painted and completely done. And once that's done, we're going to be putting Homosode on the table, and then all the track work will be done, and then we'll just start working on everything else that I talked about. So I am looking very forward to that, and I'll be doing layout updates, which I have not done in a very long time because there hasn't been anything to really talk about. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, and I hope you guys are interested in it as well. And something else about this mountain over here is in that corner right about there, the train will be going through a tunnel in the mountain, and then when it gets to there will be I'm going to try and put a gap in the mountain and have go a little ridge to look like something you might have seen in the narrow. If you guys ever watched Thomas, the narrow gauge line ran along like a ridge, and I'll kind of try to represent something like that. But yeah, and I've had ideas with this area right here. I have a pop-up hole, and the piece of wood isn't in there right now. But I've had ideas of putting maybe a little yard here, or having my diesel facility here. So, tell me what you think I should do here. If I don't put a diesel facility here, I'll just extend the town to here and then have some fencing along to keep people out of the railroad. But yeah, those are my big plans, and I'm definitely interested in the work that's going to be coming soon, and I'm going to take a look at what you guys have been saying because I've been just talking for the past couple minutes. So let me set my camera back down here and switch it around. There we go. So let me actually check something. Okay, good. So let's see what we've been saying here, what you guys have been saying. We have a couple questions. What K-Line products is your favorite? K-Line passenger cars are my favorite. Red Matt 22, do you plan to have your layout a sort of recreation of a real place, or your own train wonderland? As I was saying before, yeah, it's going to be a representation of the real world. Nothing super, like I said, it's not going to be an exact replica, but just a rough representation. Do you plan? What else do we have here? Yeah, it's going to be kind of like the CNO or the BNO. Just the idea of around Maryland, and trains running in and out of Maryland is what I'm kind of representing. Red Matt or Tim, that train guy said yard tower. Yes, I will definitely want a yard tower. I'll probably use an MTH yard tower. Let's see here, Red Matt 2. If there was something you could have done different with your layout, what would you have done? I probably would have. I would have just used different track. That's literally the only thing I probably would have done differently. Is the fast track is fine. If you wire it right, it works fine, but it's not the best. I probably would have gone with Ross and Gargraves. Enfield road layout in the loft. Some good things going on with your layout. Yes, I'm definitely happy with what's going to be happening. Lots of new track is going to be laid. Lots of scenery is going to be coming. And I'm interested to have a grade on my layout. It's always cool to see trains go up and down and not just be on a flat table. Oh, RJ's here. Hey, RJ. Um, cool to see you're here. Um, uh, Fight from the Dark 777. I think you should do a yard. Yeah, I'm really thinking about that. I think it would be cool to have a yard there, and I don't think it would take up too much space from my town. So I'm really thinking about it. I might there's my reverse loop, and I might think I'm thinking of having a switch come off of that, and then have a yard where that pop up was, and just have the track come up when I want to get in there. Uh, RJ, you should get the new Strasbourg yard tower, Sid. Yeah, if I that's kind of the idea of Strasbourg is very a topic. RJ, Madison trains, Sam's Ugly trains, and our friend Blake. We've been talking about that a lot recently because we're interested in Lionel making scale Strasbourg stuff. So if I get a Strasbourg engine and cars, and I have my J class, I will probably put a Strasbourg structure on my lab. I hope Menards does a Strasbourg structure. That would be really cool. Uh, Red Mac 22, what was your first model train? Well, I don't have the engine out, but I have the tender. It was just a Lionel Lines, here's a better look. It was a Lionel Lines Scout. It was just a regular old train set. Let's see, and that tender had the train sounds, which was very cool. Um, a small yard with a Menards freight house, so you could tie it into. That would be cool. Yeah, good idea, Jason. That will be very cool. Maybe I will do. I think I'm gonna do a yard there. I'll have to lay it out on SCARM, the program, the layout program. Conrail Modeler. I have a Lionel interlocking tower at where the branch line and the main line meet on my scale layout. That's really cool. I'm definitely thinking of putting a couple yard towers and such to kind of tie things together, like Jason said about between a yard and a town. William, Atlas is a funny company. Waited 19 months for Gunderson said. Yeah, Atlas is they're kind of iffy on their production and such. Anfield Road layout in the loft. Layout is never finished. Yeah, you're always working on a layout. Yeah, this layout has definitely always been. I've always been working on it, but yeah, when people say the layout is finished, the layout's never finished. You can always add things. You can always take something off and add something new. Yeah, it's never finished. So if you have any comments about what you think I should do with the table and the layout of it, definitely mention those. I definitely take into consideration what you guys think. Will 2926, what do you buy from both 2020 Lionel catalogs? I did not buy anything. I've never actually bought anything from the Lionel catalogs. Not because I don't like them, it's just because the price is just so pricey. But if they bring out Strasbourg stuff, I am definitely buying a four. If they make a 475, I am buying a 475 and passenger cars. Guarantee. That's almost a guarantee. I just have to because they'll never do it again. If they do it once, they're never going to do it again. Let me take a break for a second here. I've been talking for so long. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I have not bought anything. Will asked again, are you mainly MTH or Lionel? Um, I'm not mainly anything, honestly. I probably have more Lionel than anything, but I collect Lionel, MTH, K-Line, Williams, Weaver, um, Right of Way Industries. I don't have any third rail stuff, but I want to get some, so I just collect a bit of everything. Red Mac 22. Honestly, the only thing I saw interesting in those catalogs was the S1. Yeah, the S1 was cool to see. I found the GS series interesting, but there was a lot of it, and it was kind of a lot to take in, and I had no need for another GS engine. Bob asks, so RJ and Sid locked on Strasbourg Steam. The powers at Lionel maybe listening. Yeah, I'm definitely locked in on Strasbourg stuff. I actually need to go there again. It's been so long since I've gone there, so yeah. Anfield road layout in the loft. How big is your layout? Um, I think it's around 120 square feet ish. Um, it's in an L shape and it's made out of a bunch of old 4x8 sheets and some custom pieces. So I think it's around 120 square feet. Don't quote me on that. I have never actually done a full uh, estimate of what it really is. RJ's trends. I hope they are, Bob. I'm even willing to beg. Yeah, I if they have a York, if they have a York, if we have York again anytime soon, I'm going to go to the Lionel booth and talk with Ryan or Dave and just get them to make Strasbourg stuff. Imagine if 5 of us, like RJ, me, Sam, Zogi's trains, our friend Blake, and Matty C trains, all of us, if we were all talking to them. I think if 5 young gentlemen were talking to them, that would show them that there's interest. That's kind of why, like Matt said in our on the Model Train Talk podcast, which if you have not watched it, go check out the Model Train Talk podcast on YouTube. He said the Strasbourg set they made recently is a test, which I really think it is as well. Will asked, how long have you been building your layout? This layout has been up since around 2018. Or 2018, 2017-ish. I had a layout before this. If you watch the first video on my channel, that's the old layout that used to be in this room. Burnsy says, I'd buy a Strasbourg scale locomotive. Yeah, I would too. I want to buy N&W 475. Fuzzy or a bug around me. Tim, that train guy, fall to your knees and beg for 475. Yeah, I really want a 475. A lot of people want 90, and of course people want 89, which Lionel made an 89 once, and then never did it again. But yeah, I want a 475. RJ, yeah, he wants Strasbourg 90. Yeah, they should make them all, and people would buy them. Sam Zogi's trains, thank you for the shout out. Yeah. Before, go check out the Model Train Talk podcast. It is so worth it. I've been on it twice. Lots of great people on there. Sam and RJ are great hosts. Very interesting stuff. JD Stux has been on there. Jason from Ohio. He's a big train YouTuber. He was on there. They've had Stephen Cofferell, me, Matty C Trains, and I think a couple other people. Yeah, but you guys should definitely go check it out, and it's definitely worth it. Matt's Trains. Honestly, I can't seem to understand why MTH didn't decide to catalog a Russian decapod dressed as 90. Other than that, other than the fact that the headlight is in the wrong spot, also I'd buy a 90 if they make it. Yes, MTH, if they were complaining that the headlight was in the wrong place, I have a lot of design ideas, and I'm good at I want to be an engineer, so I understand how things work. It's not that hard to move a headlight up, fill in some holes, and then run a hole in a wire for the new headlight. It's not that hard. Yes, they should do a Strasbourg series as Fight from the Dark 777. Tim, that train guy. I feel Lionel should just have a lineup of tourist railroad locomotives and cars. That would be very cool. Yeah, that would be very interesting for them to do. Something I've always wanted to see is, this isn't realistic by any means, but it would be cool for them to make narrow gauge style engines that run on the regular 3-rail track, like make a Durango Silverton engine that runs on 3-rail track. Even though it's narrow gauge in real life, it would be cool. Or the White Pass in Yukon, or stuff like that. Fight from the Dark 777. First Strasbourg Then IRM Locomotives, maybe. Yeah, that would be cool. Will asked, is your 4006 Big Boy Vision line? No, it is not. That is the first ever Lionel Big Boy from 1999. Yeah, Tim, that train guy. MTH did make the Galloping Goose. Very cool model. I've actually run a couple before. Tim's Trains Rio Grande K36 Mikado. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be very cool to see. Personally, I want some more New York Central stuff, some more Mohawks, the Commodore Vanderbilt. I also want the Strasbourg stuff, of course. I really want Strasbourg stuff, and then more C&O and B&O. Lionel has not done a lot of that. Lionel has made Yukon and White Pass and Yukon stuff. I think they make some like Berkshires or something in White Pass and Yukon. I just don't remember. Bob says Strasbourg would definitely sell. Strasbourg is by far the most famous tourist railroad east of the Mississippi. Regardless of engine number, it would definitely sell. There's some more water here. Yes, but that's the issue. It's east of the Mississippi, and the U.S. is to the east and west of the Mississippi, and there's train guys all over the place, so some people don't know what it is. You have to get it. What is this? Red Map 22. You have to get a TIU no matter what. DCS is worth it. They're not going to be making the remotes anymore, or at least at the moment, so you're going to have to go Wi-Fi at some point when your remote dies. So yeah, DCS is nice. I'd go with the Wi-Fi just to be safe, and it'll work. Matt's Trains, since my home railroad was B&O, owned at a time, I'm with you on more B&O. Yeah, I want more B&O. I want the Yellow Belly Hudson, which is actually C&O. I want them to bring that back. I want them to bring the F-19 Pacifics. That would be cool to see in Legacy. And there's more B&O stuff that I just can't think of. With MTH leaving, Lionel should get the molds for the ATSF 2900 Series 484s Northerns. I'd buy the MTH one, but the number boards were incorrectly placed. Yeah, that would be cool. Tim's Trains, I'm on the Mohawk idea. We need more L3 class Mohawks along with L4 class Mohawks. Yes, I have an L3 from Lionel. Amazing engine. They should do like the GS series, do a Mohawk series. Maybe not all of them, but just do like the L3s, the L2s, and the L4s. I don't think there's ever been any L4s made, but I could be wrong. Cross Vancouver Railroads asked, are those Rail Chief passenger cars Lionel or MTH template? Those are Lionel template from the Classics line. Will asked, I thought Lionel just came out with a blue painted B&O Arctic. Yes, they brought out the EM1, but they've done that multiple times now. I just want some new stuff. Burnsy, I want a New York Central H10. That would be cool. Fight from the Dark, Third Rail's making a really nice Yellow Belly locomotive. Yes, I am interested to see that, but they've had it on pre-order for so long now. Third Rail takes a really long time to make stuff. Bob, new TIUs are going to be Wi-Fi built in. If you get that version, all remotes will become obsolete. The current pre-Wi-Fi TIUs are the only ones that would... Actually, Bob, there was rumors... No, there was... I think MTH changed their website. The new WTIU will work with the remote and the Lionel Legacy and Tmcc stuff. Matt's Trains, MTH made an L4B in 2009. There we go. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Tim's Trains, Third Rail has also done an L4. Yep. See, I knew I was going to be wrong on that. I just have only ever heard of the L3s from Third Rail. I thought that Third Rail did L3s, and then the Lionel L3s, the L2s of course, and then MTH did the Mohawks as well. topic of trains that I want that are kind of more, they're not really personal to me, but something that is more local to me is Western Maryland Railroad. I want Lionel to do a accurate 734, an accurate Challenger, and then I want them to do 1309 in its restored condition. Why did NYC call their H10s Tim? Yeah, Tim, you can answer that. But yeah, I want, then another Western Maryland engine I want is, I think the Western Maryland, they called them J1s. I can't remember if they were mountains or if they were northerns. That's, I can't remember now. Or were they a Texan? I don't even remember. It was a J1. It looked kind of like the front of it looked like a Greenbrier. The cab of it looked like a 260R S30 Northern. And then the boiler looked more like a, I don't even know what it looked like. It looked kind of like a, say, probably like a M1 or something. Pennsylvania M1. Just it was very strange looking engine. Burnsy, the best part of being a PR fan is they made almost everything. Yep, you're lucky there. Matt's trains, the J1 was a 484 known as a Potomac. Yeah, there we go. That's why I have people that are more knowledgeable of this stuff. I've only ever looked up the Western Maryland one, I think a couple times. I think they made it in brass and 2-rail, but nothing else. Let me see here. Let me check my phone. Okay, we're looking good. So if you guys have any more questions, definitely ask them. And yeah, oh, Cross-Tank Cabrera has asked, what's that black box behind you? If I'll just turn my this black box here is my transformer. This is a Right of Way Industries 400 watt transformer, 200 watts per channel. Amazing transformer. It's like universal, works for everything. Has the most power of I think any transformer ever made. Everyone says the Z4000 is the best. If you want the best, get one of these. I actually have one for sale, so if you want to email me at sidstrain773@gmail.com, you can talk to me about the one I have for sale. Red Map 22, do you have any Vision Line engines? No, I don't. If there is a Vision Line engine I'd want the CC2 and the 700E Hudson, number 5344. But yeah, we've had some good questions here. You guys can keep asking them. But I think I'm gonna maybe start running some trains here in a couple of minutes. But if you have any questions, just ask them now. Yeah, Red Mat 22. The CC2 is very cool looking. Burnsy, when do we play? We'll run some trains in a couple minutes. William, have you checked out Nicholas Smith? They have some Strasbourg exclusives. Yes, I have checked out Nicholas Smith. I see no reason to buy any Strasbourg passenger cars from MTH because I don't have any engines yet. And if Lionel does make an engine, they're going to make passenger cars. I'm also not going to be nitpicky if they're not completely accurate. I'm just not that kind of person. Those details don't bother me. It just has to look decent. Like where Lionel screwed up with the J-Class, that does bug me. This color is not supposed to be red. But say, I don't know, what's an engine that I know that they didn't get? Oh, like the Southern 630. It's not the most accurate representation of it, but it's decent. Will asks, what's the name of that transformer? It is a Right of Way Industries 400 watt transformer. That's what it is. Yeah, there you go. let's see here. So yeah, we Tim Strand said I want a Vision Line 700E. Yep, I want one as well. The swinging bell, whistle steam, the sounds, amazing engine. It a little story on that. The boiler is a 1990 700E boiler. The tender is a shell is a modified K-line tooling. The tender frame, I believe, is either a 700E from 1990 frame or a K-line tooling. But then the chassis is not a K-line tooling. That is actually a Lionel chassis, I believe, from what I've been told. It's a Lionel chassis that was re-engineered to have a big can motor at the back. But then I think it has the K-line wheels because on a 700E, the wheels, the spokes are small, but on a K-line, they're larger. The thickness of the metal on the spokes. Will, hands down, favorite locomotive. Can't answer that. There's never like a hands down favorite. I love everything. Well, of course, yeah, Brenzy, it is three rail. When people get nitpicky about that stuff, I say this. Even the guys that are three rail scalers and they get nitpicky, I say this. If you want complete accuracy, go two rail. You're literally running on three rail track. It's like, come on. RedMat22, I'm not sure why, but I have a great love for the PR S2. It was so different. Yes, the S2 is very cool engine. I actually have one here on my shelf. It's the Lionel 1989 version. I don't even remember what year it was, but yeah. Burns, yeah, amen. For any Tmcc fans, yeah, the S2 is a cool engine, and we'll be seeing some cool Tmcc stuff here in a minute. But I get asked what railroad is like your favorite. I like all railroads. None of them I don't like completely dislike. If there's a railroad that I think is kind of in the model industry is kind of done a little too much and is probably kind of, it's not really overrated, it's just overused, is the Union Pacific. They've done so many big boys and so much. They've done the FEF, the Challenger. It's been done a little too much. But my kind of favorite railroads are the Pennsylvania, New York Central, the C&O, B&O, Chessie System, CSX, and then probably after those would be probably the N&W, which I don't have very much. I don't think I have any N&W engines, but I do have some freight cars. I want to get a Class A, a Y6B, all the big articulateds from the nope, I lied. I have the Class J. I lied. But yeah, I want to get some big N&W articulateds. Yeah, I love Pennsylvania, but they do Pennsylvania stuff a lot because they've just done it over and over again. So I just think they need to bring out some new stuff. They can keep doing Pennsylvania, but why keep making? It's because people will just keep buying it. It's just a business. They're going to keep making it, of course. The N&W was an awesome railroad. Mass Trains asked or says, I was about to say you have a J. It's right above. Yes, I do have the two J's. Yeah. Jack Burton, more Southern stuff will be cool. Yeah, Lionel needs to do an accurate representation of the Southern 630. They did the Mountain, I believe, but yeah, it'd be cool to see some. Yeah. Jason wants some CB&Q and Great Northern stuff. If you want CB&Q, go Third Rail. They made a bunch. Great Northern, I think Lionel will do some more. They did the B6, and I think at some point Lionel will bring out the Empire Builder in Great Northern. So let's see here. We've been talking for about an hour here. Yeah, we've been talking for about an hour, and I assume you guys would like to see me run some trains. So if you want me to run trains, just say yes in the chat, and I'll start running some trains. Yeah, the writing is overlooked, Burnsy. Good railroad. Be really nice for Lionel to do the Great Northern P2. Trainman Dan said, yes, I actually have a Great Northern P2 from someone that is on this live stream right now, which is kind of cool. RJ's trains, I want to see the Southern 1401. Amen to that. If there's a cool Southern train that is near me, it is the 1401 in DC. Very cool train. Let's play with trains. Yeah, let's play with trains. Bob says fire him up. Let's hear the noise. Jack says yes. RJ, no. You don't want to see trains, RJ? Randy Jacobs says yes. Matt says yes. So it looks like we're going to run some trains, but and Jason says sure. So let me make sure my camera's all good here. Check my there we go. We're good with there. Rail Chief says yes. Let me move my computer out of the way here. Set it off to the side. Fire up the Southern for RJ, says Bob. Maybe later. Burnsy, I think someone likes PRR a little. Yes, I do like PRR, Burnsy. I like it all. Trainman Dan, idea. See how many trains you can lash up. If you want, that's funny. We were talking about this the other night in a group chat of mine. If you want to see a lot of trains lashed up, go check out Tommy Z Trains on YouTube. My layout's not big enough to do that. We want to see trains run. Yeah. Okay, so let me move my camera here. There we go. Speaking of, there's the S2. But let me move my camera here, and we'll get some trains running. Gotta adjust my tripod here. Sorry for any noise you might be hearing. There we go. Tripod is all creaky and cracky. Sorry if you hear any strange noises. There we go. There we go. Sorry for any strange noises. Let me start up the K4 first, because it's kind of in the way.
On that water level, will you? We got power.
The reason for the crazy tether on the centipedes was back when they did PS1, they had to use a drawbar system, so for the slave board, so they needed that. Yes, Trainman Dan, this is a Premier Line K4.
Look good. What do you see? I want to blow her down now. Clear? Clear.
I totally forgot how long this extended startup is on these MTH engines. It's so much longer than Lionel's. Okay, let's see. Not yet. Still starting up. Let's give it a minute here. I think my remote also might be doing something. Just give me a second. I'll turn it back on and we'll get the K4 moving here. Yeah, I think the K4 is doing something here. It's like, I think it's like freaking out. The K4 is just totally freaking out. So I think might be on my remote as well. So let me just get the centipedes moving here. I'll shut the K4 off because it's not happy right now. Now let's try it. Let's see here. Okay, I think I know what's going on here. Let's see if this fixes the issue. That's odd. Okay, my K4 seems to be in a weird spot on the track. So let me just start up the centipedes. Brian, I'm using a right-of-way industries transformer. We lost our cars here. Let me back it up. Look at all that smoke. Usually the lights are clear. They're all foggy now. There we go. Okay, there we go. My phone is all not happy on this tripod here. Let me get it all fixed and we'll be on our way. There we go. Okay. Let me daylight here for a second. So, there was a good little running session, and I'm gonna let the I'm gonna let the room air out a little. I have my vent fan turned on, so all the smoke will go out. The room is like foggy right now. It might be hard to see on the stream, but usually you can't just see these little like the way the light is shining. You can kind of see it against all the smoke. It's really smoke. These centipedes, 4 smoke units. So yeah, and the daylight. So it's crazy. It's really smoky in here right now. Let me go through here. I see at the bottom we have cross anchor railroads. Is that a Williams brass caboose on the centipedes? Yes, that is a Williams brass caboose. But I put Lionel die-cast trucks with moving bearing caps on the end on it. Just because the old brass ones weren't working very well. Do you, let's see, Randy Fowler, do you use scented smoke? I do not use scented smoke. I just use regular old Mega Steam, no scent, or the Lionel smoke fluid with no scent. There's just no need, in my opinion. It's kind of cool, but I don't really need to walk into my train room and then have it smell like apple pie or blueberry or root beer or something. I have no need. Plus, my parents don't like it that much that I have all this smoke in here. That's why we have the vent fan, so it can vent out. Let me go through all these questions. We had a bunch of stuff going on. let's see here. I know what to do exactly. Tim, that train guy said, "Have you ever been to Wilmington and Western?" No. Okay, good. Just, that's what a PS1 train does. If you barely get power, battery is running it now. There we go. Okay. Um, Tim Strand said that when he has his PFE train done, there may be 2 or 3 sound cars in the train. That's really cool, Tim. I have some PFE reefers with my big boy. Nothing like yours, probably. You probably have the newer ones. The screen was looking like Atari for a bit. Red Matt 20. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, my phone was just kind of getting a little. I think it was actually getting a little hot. So let me actually plug it in here so it doesn't freak out as much. Let's plug her in here. There we go. Let's see what else. And sorry if the stream is kind of, the phone is probably adjusting to the it being plugged in. It'll probably smooth out here in a minute. Yeah, the JT's Mega Steam, it's really good stuff. Oh, yes, Cross Anchor Railroads, thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, everyone smash the thumbs up. It seems like you guys have been enjoying this live stream, and definitely check out all my other stuff. We're going to keep going for a little here, but I just wanted to mention that since Cross Anchor Railroads mentioned, give a thumbs up. Yeah, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It gives me a lot of motivation to keep making videos, and yeah. And speaking of, I was going to talk about some channel updates. I've talked about the layout and the big future plans. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to have layout updates as I talked about, and I've done ran some trains and we've done some Q&A. Let me talk about what's going to be going on with the channel. I want to keep doing these live streams since people have been liking how I've been doing them. So I'll probably kind of try and alternate things maybe, or do videos during the week and live stream on the weekend, or one video on one weekend and then live stream on the next. And I'm trying to plan the live streams around PGH Train Fanatics. I don't want to get in the way of his, and I don't want and if I did them, people will go to his and not come to mine. There's just no reason. So I'm going to be planning them around any other live streams I know of, and I'm going to just try to get onto a schedule. For a while back when I first started the channel, I kind of had like a schedule of making a video every Wednesday, I believe. But I've kind of gotten off that because I just had a lot of stuff to do. But now that I'm having some more time and things are kind of... I just have more time in general, so I'm going to try and do some more live streams because you guys seem to like it. And try to have a theme for each live stream, whether it's a new engine, just trains, or layout work. Maybe I'll do a video where I upgrade an entire train during a live stream. That would be kind of cool. Or do maintenance on a train. And of course the layout updates. I really am looking forward to layout work. Burnsy, I had to leave the basement. I spoke myself. That's funny. Yeah, the room is slowly clearing out, but yeah, it's still kind of foggy in here. Let me actually shut my legacy remote off here. There we go. Randy Jacobs, I'd love to see how-to videos, PS upgrade, etc. Yeah, I would probably only do upgrade. It probably wouldn't really be a how-to if I do live streams and I'm doing work. I'd probably just be doing it and you watch, and I just kind of talk about it. I'm not gonna show. If I do videos on them, it will be probably just Tmcc and Proto Sound upgrades. I will probably not show legacy upgrades because I have some little trade secrets that I don't want to show off, and just things that you guys aren't able that you the product. There's some products I use and things that aren't out in the industry just to buy, and I just don't want to give away secrets because that's part of my business. I'm doing this, and that's how I can make money. But yeah, I can probably show off some other stuff, but it's not really a how-to. It'll just be you watching me do it, and I talk and answer questions while doing it. What else do we have here? Again, if you have any more questions, you can ask them. Uh, we can probably run some more trains as well. We've been going for about an hour and a half. We can keep asking questions, run some trains. I've talked about the layout update and the channel plans for the future. I can talk about this for a minute. I do want, again, to just advertise. I do repair work. I do upgrade work. To show that that people trust me. Cross-banker railroads that's on here has used me. I'm going to be doing some work for Sterling, or as you guys know, Ravenhawk 6910. I'm going to be possibly working on his pre-production MTH sample J1A and T1. I possibly will be doing some work for PGH Train Fanatic, or Nick, as many of you may know him. And I've done work for RJ's Train, Stephen Cofferl. I do TMCC upgrades, Protosound upgrades, and now I'm doing legacy upgrades. And I also do LED lighting upgrades, the passenger cars and engines. And then I also just do basic repair work, maintenance, replacement of parts, or just seeing if you need. I don't really do any major cosmetic work. I'll do some little touch-ups here and there with black paint, but that's about it. Yeah, if you want some work done, and my costs are very reasonable. I don't nickel and dime. I'm straightforward and very inexpensive in comparison to dealers and such. But I do the same quality or better work. So yeah. So if you want some work done, email me at sidstrain773@gmail.com. And actually, while I'm here, while I'm on this, I can I'll just put that in the chat if you'd like to see that. Yeah, there's the email. If you want to email me about stuff, and the email is in the about section of my YouTube channel. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Red Matt 22. Will you ever attempt a Chuff upgrade on your Tmcc locomotives? Yes. At some point, I will probably put Chuff generators in them. But at the moment, it doesn't bug me, and it's not really a priority. I have other projects. Randy, Jacob, yeah, I don't want to give away any trade secrets. Yeah, I'm upgrading 2 trains for Jason, both Great Northern engines, legacy upgrades actually, so those will be very cool. Crossbaker Railroad says, do you like passenger or freight better? I like passenger. It's just really cool looking in my opinion, but freight is still cool. Randy Fowler, I have some subway set I would like to upgrade to LED lights. Yeah, Matt Train Lover 9943 has done some subway LED lighting upgrades, and you can talk with him. But if you want some work done for me, the email I posted or the one that's in the about section, sidstrains773@gmail.com. Bob, you can swap out the older lighting and upgrade to all LED lighting and scale passenger cars. Yes, I just rip all the old stuff out, put LED strips, or in some cases LED bulbs in, a rectifier, a resistor, and a capacitor to give a more non-flicker effect. I don't use super capacitors like Lionel does, but it gets rid of some of the flicker. Rail Chief, I noticed there's some track in the back of your layout. Are you adding an extra line on your layout? The track back there is not for anything at the moment. It's possible I might do a ramp down to a lower level for a yard, but that track wasn't really for anything. What's my favorite diesel? Well, that's a hard. I had said it earlier. It's like a mix between the F3s and the Streamliners, and I really like big diesels. The Streamliners are big, and these Centipedes are really cool diesels. So let's see. We got another one, Bob. We gotta talk. I have 20 passenger cars and 16 scale PR baggage cars. Wow, that's a lot. But yeah, I can do upgrades. Just curious, are they heavyweights, streamlined? What are they? All heavyweights. Yeah, I've done a LED upgrade on one of my heavyweights. Heavyweights are actually kind of harder to do than streamlined cars, but it's possible. So if you want to talk, just send me an email and we can talk a little. So we got any more questions here? If you have them, ask them. I think I might switch out some engines here in a minute and run some more trains. I might run the S3 261 Northern and maybe run the Empire State Express Hudson. And I'll switch out the Centipedes. I love the Centipedes. I just want to run some other stuff. Well, actually, what I might do is I might leave the Centipedes on and put the 261 on the inner loop and have it pull the daylight cars. But yeah, if you have any questions, you keep asking. I'll keep answering questions. Tim, that train guy, how much for E-unit cleaning and servicing? It depends on how many engines you want and what engine it is. Some are kind of harder than others. But if you really, for me, if you want to know what I charge per hour, I charge 20 bucks an hour, so that's kind of my rate, hourly rate. Most dealers charge $30 to $40 an hour, so I'm reasonable. But if you want to have some more specifics into it, just email me. It'll make it a lot easier for me and a lot easier for you. Burnsy, the T1. Actually, I don't know if that'll work. I think that'll blow my breaker. I was about to say I could take off the 261 and another engine that are sitting on the outer loop and do a triple header with the T1 and then the two Centipedes, but that might not work. I think that might blow my breaker. Redmat 22. I want to convert my 681 to a liquid smoke puffer. Is it hard, or is it hard to do? I really don't want to mess up my 681. You can buy kits to replace the old light bulb. Brian. Yeah, you can buy a kit to swap it out. It's not super hard, but I wouldn't say it's something that if you don't work on your trains a lot, or if you've never done any real work on your trains, I would say send it to somebody like me that has done the work. And it's not very expensive, relatively speaking. So if you're interested in that work, again, email me. I think if you go on eBay, you can find kits, but if you want it done right, and you don't think you can do it, send it to someone like me, and we'll do it right, and you won't mess up your nice 681. Cross tanker. Well, actually, no, there's someone else. Mass trains. Can you run both the CSX Heritage AC6000s? Funny enough, I actually put those under the layout, but I know what I'll do. I can. This will satisfy some people. I will run. I think I might run the 261 in a lash up with those CSX AC6000s, and then I might run the T1. Cross-anchored railroads. Anyone getting the Lionel Conrail? When I said T1, I meant the T1 duplex. And now Cross-anchored railroads is asking about the Conrail T1. I'm not getting one, but I've heard a lot of people are going to get the Conrail T1 because it's a cool paint scheme, and it was going to happen, but I think Burnsy told me that something about, or somebody told me about how the Conrail T1 was going to happen, but then the T1 they were going to use caught on fire or something, so then they couldn't do it. Burnsy, you said, I've heard that normal pellet smoke units can also do fluid. Yes. Okay. There's two kind of old post-war smoke units. There's a puffer and then a light bulb. The puffer can use it can use both the pellets and the liquid, but I believe they usually need to be rebuilt at the least because the old design. And for the light bulb can use it, but if the engine moves too much, the liquid will get all over the place. But yeah, Burns. Oh yeah, so the T1 did catch on fire. So yeah, but yeah, as Cross-Anchor Railroad said, it's definitely a cool and pretty paint scheme. Oh, wait. So I haven't been to the B&O in so long. The one that is at the B&O Railroad Museum, isn't it the old American Freedom Train T1 number? It's like number 1 or something. I can't remember because I've seen pictures of it, and isn't it all just beat up and stuff? The Chessie Steam Special T1 was gonna be used, then it was in the Roundhouse Fire and Conrail thing. So so yeah, you guys are correcting me. I don't know enough about stuff with real trains to know. Um, it was Ross Warren's the burnt up. Okay, it's an American Freedom Train paint scheme. Yeah, I thought it was in the American Freedom paint scheme because it still had the number boards that said 1 on them, stars and all that stuff. Yeah, it looks like it's in decent shape. The Conrail, Brian Burnsy said the Conrail T1 is based off the drawing made by Conrail for the train to convince people it was a good idea. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds kind of like the American Freedom J class. It was gonna happen, but it didn't. So it's kind of just based off what was gonna happen. Speaking of the 614, I love the Greenbrier, but I actually don't. I've never looked into the history of it a lot. Where is it at this time? I just have no clue because I don't follow. I'm not a rail fan, or I don't follow all of that. Okay, it's cool. In Virginia. Trayman Dan, honestly, if that paint scheme thing is again candidate, I don't know what you were saying there. I couldn't read it correctly. Burnsy, I wonder who's gonna make a PR 50-50 first. That's 55-50 first. Well, Brian, the only person that can make a 55-50 at the moment is Lionel, because they're going to be the only ones left. RedMat22, have you seen the T1 Trust? What are your thoughts on it? I have seen the T1 Trust. I think it was a good idea, but I don't think it's the right engine. There are so many Pennsylvania engines out there. Why don't you just restore one of them to get them running? If there's an engine that should be recreated, in my opinion, standpoint of things, like the New York Central doesn't have a lot of engines left, so recreate a Hudson, or say the Western Maryland recreate another engine of theirs, or something like that. I feel like the T1 was almost too much. It's going to be cool if they actually get it done, but I just think they should have instead just restored a regular like M1 or K4 and gone with a different engine. Oh, that would be cool, Burnsy, to see the T1 creating the Mallard's record. Yeah, that would be cool. The T1's definitely gonna be cool. Though I don't remember, are they doing the streamlined version or are they doing the post-war like in-service version without the portholes? Yeah, Tim's Trains. I'd love to see them recreate a J1E. It'd be cool if they could number it 5344, but I don't know if they would do that. They'd probably number it something else. Trainman Dan says, meant to say if there was another American Freedom Train event or anything similar, then 2100 would be the best candidate. Yeah. There's also then of course we have the 4449 on the West Coast, and I don't know what else they could use. They could the Greenbrier would be kind of a cool looking American Freedom Train. Burnsy, I want to see a M1 run, but what do I know? It's possible, just they got to do it. I don't know why they don't restore any Pennsylvania railroad stuff. I think it's because the actual state of Pennsylvania, not because of not because people don't want it. It's just the state. But let's see here. I'm gonna turn on my inner loop of track and pull my daylight around if my remote actually works right. It's always freaking out. Bob says East Coast Riding T1 Andy Mueller in Pennsylvania has won 2102, I believe. Interesting. Burnsy, the state owes all the nice owns. I'm reading correctly. The state owns all the nice PR locomotives and won't allow it. Yeah, that's a shame. For some reason, my legacy remote is freaking out here, but we'll get it working here in a second. Let's see. There we go. See what else here. Bob says Blue Mountain and Reading. Interesting. They used it on the JLC 4023 and 4024. It sounded good on those. It's not the accurate, the right whistle for them, but it sounded good with me, so that was kind of cool. Fight from Dark 611 Freedom Train. 765 would be a cool Freedom Train. A big boy Freedom Train, in my opinion, no go on that. That's I feel like that's giving the big boy too much fame that it already has. Blue Mountain and Reading is the closest you're going to get to representing the Reading Railroad. Yeah, says Trainman Dan. Let's see here. I want to back the centipedes up here. Move an engine over, and then I'll get back to this. Got my T1, not pass through here. And I'm gonna do what Matt asked for. I'm gonna run the CSX heritage units behind this. There we go. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we got people saying here. Yeah, they do. I think I've seen how they have the Pacific and then the Reading T1. Isn't Reading and Northern a close representation of the Reading Railroad? I don't know the answer to that, Red Matt 22. That's probably an answer for someone else on here, like Matt's Trains, Bob, or Train Man Dan. Engine 61. There we go. Yeah, this Western Maryland AC 6000 is a really good looking engine. And actually, I'll show you guys in a minute. Okay, there we go. Got our stuff all good here. So now let me program these engines into a last show. Let's see here. It's 5, 61, 51. What else do we have here? 52. pretty trained cross-linker railroads. These engines have really good paint schemes, and the daylight cars just makes it look even better. Okay, all you Petsy fans are gonna love this. That's a whoops. Whoopsie daisy there. That was I think the wire got cooked on something. Well, yeah. Let me fix. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. This is that's gonna be funny when people rewatch this. Is like, what's going on? But yeah, let me fix the. Oh, I see what happened. That makes total sense now. Let me get my camera onto a different tripod. But as you see, guys, it is possible. I am running a T1 duplex with the centipedes. I turned the smoke units off because if they were on, the breaker would break. But it is possible. So just give me a second here. Let me get the old tripod off. Okay, there we go. Somehow my phone survived that. But let's go back to this. Whoops! Now I'm like going all over the place. Let me get my. As you see, my tripod is just rip. Okay, so let me fix this. This I'll just set this here. This is funny. It's like, of course, the one time. Oh, that's funny. Brian, just turn off the smoke. That's funny. Let me actually. I can just hold the camera by my hand or something for the moment until I go find my other tripod piece. But yeah, let me just. I'm gonna set the. I'm gonna set my camera somewhere for a minute. Just bear with me, guys. My camera. I did not know my camera was gonna do that. Just give me 1 second. Okay, that's like the funniest. That's like the funniest thing that could have happened. Not only did the camera fall, but my tripod broke. Okay, let me turn on. Okay, I got the 261 back up. Let's turn that on. And it happened again. Whoops. Rip my camera. Okay, I'll just hold my camera. Oh, I see. I thought my breaker blew because there was too much. Now that car came off over there. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm going to set the camera here so you can see the 261 go by. this. So let me show you what the amps are at right now. They're basically at 0. Let me turn on 1 centipede smoke units. See, they've gone up a little. Now let's do another centipede units. See, that's what they're at now. Now let me try and get the T1s on. I'm going to set the camera down for a second. Okay, I got them all turned on. That's where we're at. We got them smoking. So let's see if I can get them to move and not blow the breaker. Oh, it's doing it. The amps are really high, but it's doing it. It's a T1. Look at that. We have almost 10 amps. Oh my gosh. Oh. It is doing it. It is doing it, but it is struggling. The amps are really high. You know what I should do? I should get a dummy coupler out and switch the S2 on. I don't know where the dummy coupler is. Oh Lord, I started something I can't stop. I would have to put it at the back of the train. Oh, there it goes. I told you guys. The smoke was running. Just blew the breaker. Oh my gosh. I gotta turn the power off and get the breaker to come back on. But yeah, I have one motor here, two. So on this track alone, I have 5 motors. On that track, I have one on the S3, 2 in that, and 2 that, so 5 motors. And yeah, 10 motors total. It's crazy. That track has passenger cars. This one's got a smoking caboose on it. It's crazy. Let's see if I can get this breaker to go. There we go. Okay, so they will start up. The S2, okay, I will try and do the S2, but I cannot do smoke. The smoke will make the breaker go. As long as you get your S2. It's all about the S2. Oh boy. Give me a minute here. Let me let the T1 and the let me let them shut down. Oh yeah, the S3 is really cool. Bob, that's really funny. Okay, guys, let me pull these forward. Well, actually, let me turn the smoke units off on them. Okay, I'm back. I was having some issues. My phone, I don't think, is liking this, so I'm back for a bit. Okay, sorry about that. My camera was not liking something, so just give me a minute here. I'm going to try. Okay, I'm gonna keep letting I'm gonna stop the S2 here for a minute. Let me. If I blew the house electrical out, that would be kind of funny. Okay. Let's take a vote here. There's 9 people watching here. Who wants me to turn the smoke off on the centipedes and that, and put my S2 with them? Okay, we got 1, we got 2, 3, 4. What? Oh, yep. Oh, okay. Yep. I think people want it. You guys definitely want it. So, it's just bear with me. My setup here has kind of gone crazy because my tripod totally blew up. So, I'm gonna turn off the smoke on the these 2 engines, and then get the S2 down and put it at the back because I don't have a dummy coupler at the moment for it. So let me just set my camera down. It's just gonna take a minute here. As I said, just bear with me. There we go. Okay, so we got the smoke unit on this one. That's off. Smoke unit there. Gosh, this is crazy. 3 large Pennsylvania engines, just letting tons of smoke. Well, they're not going to be letting smoke out because this. I don't know a transformer in the world that has enough power to do that. So Let me, okay, so now let me pick this back up. This is good. Okay, this is gonna be funny when people rewatch this and just stuff happening. It's crazy how much stuff we've done. We can go in for 2.5 hours, but we're gonna keep running. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the these two engines all synced up again, and then we're gonna get the S2 down. And someone mentioned something about the GG1s. None of these are legacy. Only I think only one of them is Tmcc. Okay, let's see here. Start these up. Okay, we got those. Okay, now we got them. Now we got them synced in neutral. Now let me go get the S2 down. Okay, let's get this. Let's get this S2 on here. Let's get this. Okay, that is loud. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we got the S2 and those two. Let's see if I can get this to work. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is working. Oh my gosh. It is working. Oh, and look at the amps. They're up a little. Oh gosh. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool, guys. There's $2 to show in one shot. There's like I'm running so much on one loop of track. There's 6 motors on one track, and one is an AC pull mower. That's crazy. Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it would happen. It happened. A car came derailed. Well, okay. I can fix that, but wow, that was outstanding. We just had a T1 duplex, 2 centipedes, and an S2 turbine, all in the same consist and running together. That is outstanding. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of glad you guys convinced that. It might look like one thing on the stream, but it's just so cool to see this in person. Um, uh, Now add an S1. I don't have an S1. I wish I did, but I don't. So, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at those engines. Is this going to be my new Pensy lineup, running the 2 centipedes with T1 and a S2? Is that is that what's going to happen every time I do a live stream now? Oh boy, looks like I've created a beast of a consist here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with this. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, this was just outstanding. Let me get this car back on the track here. Oh, there's 2 off the track. Let's see if I can. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get up on the table to deal with that. So let me gonna set my camera down for a second. There we go. This is honestly probably the wildest live stream I've ever had. Just a T1 duplex, centipedes, and an S2. 2 Protosound 1 engines, and a Lionel scale S2. That's just crazy. I can't believe I'm running this. Let me get up on my table to fix those cars. This is just blowing me away. I don't know about you guys, but this has been really fun, running all this stuff. Like, it's just crazy. Let me get up on the table. I'm just like saying the word wow over and over again, which I'd say I have the right to because I'm running this. Yeah, let's see if I can get these cars back together. There is so much. Oh, this is so cool. Let me get off the table. and see if we can run that again. Okay, there we go. Let me actually put my post-war 671 back onto the wall before I keep doing stuff, because I want to have that be on the wall. Get that onto the track, the shelf, I mean. There we go. Okay, now I can grab the camera. There we go. Got that car back on. We got the S2 here, and we got those one and the Centipede. Well, I gotta tell you, this has been a wild one. It's probably the best, I don't know, in my opinion, this is the best live stream I've had. The last one with the S3 was pretty good, but this one's just been totally, like, whack. If you guys have anything to say, you guys can keep saying stuff, and I guess if you would like me to keep running this stuff, I'll keep running it, but we've been going for like 2.5 hours here. It's kind of getting long. I never thought I would have a live stream go this long, nor did I ever think I would run this consist, either of these consists. I thank Matt for the idea of the CSX heritage units, but man, this Pennsylvania lineup here we got is pretty crazy. I hope PGH Train Fanatic and other people watch this. They'll love it. Let me get my, I think my other, oh, there we go. Okay. My camera is just going crazy here. Okay, now we got it. So see, okay, JC, you say add more, and then Bob says intense, mad, crazy. I have no other explanation. That is a good word for it. Cameras fall off tripods. Lots of great running action. Lots of great information, and then we have probably the craziest Pennsylvania lineup you could have. Especially the fact that those engines are Protosound 1 just make this outstanding. Wow, I honestly don't even know what to say. I'm just like wow, don't basically. I'm just been wowed. Let these engines sit here for a minute. I'm gonna turn on the inner loop and just start up the last ship I had. No, I don't have any more Pennsylvania engines that would work in this consist. Uh, the GG1s don't work with. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's now up. But yeah, I don't have any more engines to put into it. Yeah, I know in the real world this could pull like tons and tons of cars. guys all want more. I don't have anything else to add. That's the thing. The GG1s won't work with this consist, and yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Oh, that's gonna be a thing now. Hashtag add more Pennsylvania Railroad. That's hilarious. We're gonna try it here. We're gonna try it. Oh, they're trying. Oh, there we go. We got him again. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. This is just wild. Can't add any more stuff. It's just like, it's almost impossible. This side of this transformer is so warm right now. It is like, it is being pushed to its limits. Think about this right now. We have 11 motors right now, I believe. We have 5 on this track, and then we have 6 on this track. Oh my gosh, we have 11 motors right now. This is just crazy. Number 2 gauge wire, yeah. I have thick gauge wire. Oh, it happened again. Oh, I did it again. It's the S2. It's pushing too much. you go. Okay, we got it back on the track again. Wow, this is crazy. I can't run the big boy with this consist. It's a command controlled engine. Yeah, it is that. Yeah, the UP car is having some issues. Well, that was really fun. It was really cool to see all three of these engines running, and the S3 and the other engines in the center is also cool to see. We had 11 motors on the track today. 11 motors being used to pull all these cars, and it's not even that many cars. Like I could make this set stretch all the way around the loop, but this is cool that it's really cool seeing the T1 and those centipedes, and the the S2 is another cool one to see. So yeah, this is definitely this is definitely cool. Let's see what people are saying here. Sid, you need more locomotives to add to the consist. Yeah, I don't know if that's possible. You need more power. I'm gonna have to have both channels on the outer loop to do that, and a PRR decapod. That would be funny. I need is like a PRR G5 or a K4 that is PS1 or something. That would be cool to run with these. Uh, get another transformer for next time. Well, I have another one. It's right there. The what else are people saying? Big boys? No, that's not possible. I'm an animal. Yeah, it's crazy that I'm able to do this. There was a rock star many years ago named Sid Vicious. I think you just smashed him. That's really funny. That's really funny, Bob. Car battery? No, that's probably not enough. The amperage might be, but I've been having these up around 15 volts. These probably wouldn't do very well with 12 volts. So yeah, there's PS1 GG1s. I could get one of those, but yeah, this has for sure been fun, and I don't know what else to say. I think we've been going here for almost 3 hours. I think I think we've had a long time here. It's been really fun. Had some little bloopers with the camera falling and the train. Some of the trains derailing. That's normal. But it's been amazing. I'm kind of glad you guys convinced me to put the all three of these engines on the same track with each other. But yeah, let me just flip the camera around here and finish things up. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed this live stream. I sure have enjoyed it, and I'm gonna keep doing live streams. Obviously, you guys enjoy it, and as I said before, I'll try to have them not be on days when other people are having live streams like PGH Train Fanatics. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. This was amazing. Turn the power off. But yeah, this has been amazing. We have anything else people are saying? You've totally made my weekend awesome. Show totally. Yeah, it's cool that this worked and you guys enjoy it, and yeah, that's a good way. This was awesome. Cross Anchored Roads, great show. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys come back next time for a stream, and maybe I'll try and run an even crazier lineup of engines. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys, as I said before, if you guys want work done on your trains, email me at sidstrains773@gmail.com. And as always, like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications on all my videos. And I hope to see you guys next time on the next live stream, and watch out for new videos. I'm going to end the live stream here, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.